What's up, guys? Welcome to a little insight of how my gaming journey began. So as a child, I had to share a computer with my brother, and we had a Master System was the first game that we ever had. Console. And in that console was a built-in game called Alex the Kid in Miracle World, which we had a lot of fun with. And it also brought me into the world of like Double Dragon and a game called Chase HQ, which was like cops and robbers. And I really enjoyed it. We then moved up to a Mega Drive, and we obviously had Sonic, which everybody had, I think, back in the day. Like Streets of Rage as well. But where my gaming journey really started was when I got my first console that was my own, and that was a PlayStation 1. And I played various games on it: Rayman, Tekken 2, Ridge Racer. And Ridge Racer and Tekken 2 were probably my favourite games of having that PlayStation. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a video in for both of them games now, just to show you what I used to play as a kid, and that I enjoyed a lot. I mean, even the intros back in the day, like, they could time into them as well. I used to really enjoy the intros. Man, that brings back so many memories, that does. Like, I absolutely love that game. I mean, as you can see, there's not really a lot to it. I mean, the graphics are not what they are today, obviously, but it was still a challenge, this, even on the computer, like, even on a low difficulty, it was still a challenge. It was still quite difficult. I mean, I think that's something I really liked about the old Star games. Like, there's just a lot of difficulty. So now moving on, this is Tekken 2, and this is by far one of my favourite games for PlayStation 1. Absolutely loved it. Like, once again, intros were really good. Like, there was a lot of thought put into the intros, just giving you like sort of little introduction as to where the characters came from and what line of work they're in. There's Lei Wulong, who's he's a cop. And that's Michelle. And then we've got Jax, like prototype robot. Oh, sorry, that's Yoshimitsu. Like Jackson. Even though I forget. Oh, there's Jax, because there's a lot of them. There's an army. And that's one character I was never able to get along with, and that was King. A lot of people out there absolutely loved him. I mean, just look, I just absolutely love this intro. So again, I'm going to put a couple of games in that I've played, and Law, he was my favourite character by all. You can take everything that was in this game. He was just my favourite character of all time. And Lay was a close second as well. You know, I just felt a bit more comfortable with Law. And obviously this is a game that I played so much of. Like, I mean, there wasn't a lot to it. There was no. Just found it so like gripped me all the time. It was just brilliant, and to the fact where came home one day and my mum had bought me a Games Master magazine back in the day when they was something, and in there was a complete guide to every character and every move, and I pretty much learned everything. I feel if there was a online back in the day then, I would have been really good at it, like proper decent. But this is another thing that they introduced to the game from the start, and it's something I wish they would do in other fighting games as well. And when you get to stage 8, you would always fight a character that you'd never seen before. So each character, so Law had Bake, who was an unlockable character. So obviously when you went back, as a show now, when you go to the main screen, he's there playable as long as you beat him. I thought that was great, like a great little way to keep you going. Right, so moving on, PlayStation 2. And unfortunately, I didn't really have a PlayStation 2 for very long, maybe a month or two at the most, but the game that I did play most of all was Jackson Daxter. Now, I don't really want to put a lot of gameplay in here of this, because I would like to go ahead and get the platinum trophies on this, because I absolutely love this game back in the day. Didn't have it for long, obviously, because of work and stuff like that, which, you know, kind of restricted me time to play, and by the time I got home, I just couldn't bother, to be honest. Couldn't be able to switch it on. But again, like, this game was like so ahead of its time, I feel like, especially with the graphics and the gameplay and kind of open world it was as well. I really enjoyed playing this Jackson Daxter. If you haven't played it, like, this is, you should play it. Honestly, you won't be disappointed. It's such a great fun game. It's in some respects it's a bit like Crash Bandicoot, where obviously the first and the second one was quite linear, and then obviously the third one in Crash Bandicoot they introduced like more vehicles, and this is kind of the case with this as well. You know, there's a few here and there, but it was like Jackson Daxter 3 that they really introduced like really good transportation vehicles to go around the map in, which is a lot of fun. And it was just the music's dead quirky, the game's vibrant, you know, it's really colourful. And then moving on, I had a PlayStation 3, and again, not really had it long, just due to the fact of work and that it was just hard to get the time in to play on it. So again, a couple of months, and I sort of got rid of it. But the game that I played the most of was Tekken 6, and they introduced like sort of bounce features, and as regards to when you smash them against the wall, you could carry on with a few moves and stuff like that. It introduced, you could smash them through stages to go to the next part of it as well, which is all good. There was just a big roster of players as well. See, the moves were a lot more fluent, and it was just a great beat 'em up. I really enjoyed it. And again, Law, my favourite character, and this one he excelled. His moves were brilliant. So right, guys, hope you all enjoyed that. Just a little insight of my future, my gaming history, and where it all started. I mean, in between, after the PlayStation 3, I did have an Xbox as well. So I started off going to 360 for a while, but nothing too major. And the Xbox One I had that for quite a while, actually, some decent games on there. We moved on to the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X, and then obviously with all the drama that we had with that one, we just, it was just time to switch. I'd lost a lot of money, I'd lost a lot of games as well through it, and So I was fed up. I just had enough, and obviously we're making a channel on YouTube and streaming. I needed something that would be a little bit more concrete. A few of the people that I know, you know, they had PlayStation for a long time, and I said, look, they've never had any of them sort of problems. Maybe a few times when the servers have been down and that, but never really anything like what we've heard with Microsoft. So obviously that's the reason why we swapped. But once again, guys, all the people who put time into watching videos and drop likes and comments and whatever else, grateful. All that's said and done, I'll catch you all in the next one.